So hello everyone. We are very, very excited to be here with you today for this customer-only online event. We hope to have many more of these in the future. We came here today because we want to introduce the new Harmony 9.5 release and talk about organizing content in teams. We have, today we have me, I'm Tali, I'm the COO and head of product at Harmony. And with us is Corey Tinianov. He is the product manager for Harmony, and he will walk us through the new Harmony 9.5 version, how you can get it, and what new features you can expect. So we've been hearing a lot from our customers about Microsoft Teams. You know us for many years in the space of organizing and email management and compliance for SharePoint. We've been hearing that collaborating on Teams is great for your workers and for your users, but a lot of the time when they share content on Teams, they find it very hard to search for it, to find where it was shared, to understand the backend. You know, it might go to SharePoint, it might go to OneDrive. It's very hard to find the content. It's very hard to save it in a compliant way and share it in a safe way. So we've decided to take Harmony into that space of organizing teams and bring all of our wonderful features into this space to help you manage emails, manage content, manage files and folders on Teams, where your users, of course, will see it as a Teams interface. And as you may as well, the back end of that is SharePoint, and we will help you keep that organized as they collaborate. Our agenda for today, we will talk about how Harmony already helps organize Microsoft Teams. We had a webinar recently. You will see the link in your chat right here. We had a webinar where our CEO Yaakov and Corey walked the users through finding and organizing and which features are already present in Teams to help organize content and manage content, including metadata. You can watch that webinar. It was a wonderful webinar. Today, we want this session to be a working session to help you, as our customers who already know us, so we want to talk about the features that you can find in Harmony to help you with Microsoft Teams. So what you can already find in Harmony today, and Corey will walk us through the new features of how you can manage emails with Harmony 9.5, where you can find Harmony 9.5, and what you need to do in order to enable your users to see Teams on their Harmony sidebar. Another thing we want to do is bring you into the fold, talking about the new features and talking about our roadmap for 2023 and how we plan on making it even easier to manage Teams through Harmony and to find content in SharePoint, in Teams through Harmony. This is going to be the last piece of our agenda today. We will have a Q&A session in the end, so please feel free to add your questions in the chat. If there are any questions that go unanswered, we promise to send you emails with the answers. And of course, you can always write Ashley and our support team with any question and they'll get back to you. So now let's dive into the Harmony product and the new features for Microsoft Teams on Harmony. And it's the baton is yours, Corey. Take it away.
Thanks, Sally. Thank you. So really the first thing we want to share is that Teams is already on Harmony. Teams is included with your Harmony 365 subscription. So that means everyone watching this webinar has access to Teams on Harmony. And really what that means is you're able to see all of your Teams locations, whether it's a team itself, the channels, any subfolders and sublocations within Teams, and all of your team files right on Harmony, the same way you interact with SharePoint. You can see any Teams location, and it's really the easiest way to organize your Teams files and to see the important Teams locations to you, whether you want to save to Teams or share from Teams or move items across Teams. It's a really powerful way to get it all in one view. So you have this already. If you're not seeing it, you want to make sure that you're on the latest version of Harmony 365. So we'll share a link to that. And you also want to make sure that your social server settings are correctly enabled if you're not seeing this right now. So if you have an older version of Harmony, if you've been a customer for a long time, certain settings may have been configured that don't show Teams. So it's really easy to change this. You just want to go into Options on Harmony, click the People tab there, and make sure you select an online site as the social server. So if you have it set to none right now or an on-prem site, you won't see Teams. So just switch it to an online site, and Teams will show up. So you'll see any Teams locations. You can add, similar to how you add sites, specific teams that you want to see on Harmony. And it's a really great way to organize your teams. And as we spoke about in our last webinar, there's now metadata on Teams. Microsoft has exposed metadata within the Teams interface, and Harmony integrates really well with this. So for example, if you're saving either an attachment or an email or a file from Outlook into a team through Harmony, you can open the property editor and edit metadata directly through Harmony. And that metadata will be applied on Teams. And in Teams, you can create specific views to showcase certain fields. You can organize, and you can make certain metadata required as well. So I definitely recommend you check out our last webinar, which was linked in the chat, where we go into a lot of detail there. But today we really want to talk about what's next. So with Harmony 9.5, we really want to take metadata in Teams to a new level by really automating the experience. So your users don't even have to input a single field into the property editor. And we're starting with emails and creating a really great way to organize emails on Teams. So what this feature will do, essentially, if you have the feature enabled, when you save an email to a team, a specific channel or anywhere on a team, you'll get prompted. And if you choose to set up an automatic view, we'll automatically include email metadata with that email you save. So the subject of the email, who it's to, who it's from, the date, if it has attachments, and we'll create a view within Teams automatically. And that happens pretty much instantly, and all the metadata will automatically move to Teams. So I'll show you a quick demo of how that works. So starting in Outlook, let's say we're a sales team here, and we want to save this sales agreement into the team so that everyone in the team has visibility into it. So similar to how we'd save on SharePoint, we would just drag into the channel that we want to save. And now we're prompted if we'd like to create an email view in this team. If we choose to create the view will be created while the email is uploaded. And the view will apply to any other emails that users save to this channel. And within the channel now, we can switch and we can see an email view that filters just by email. We see the subject of the email, that it has an attachment, who it's from, who it's to, the conversation topic, which links emails in a thread, and also the date. And now we can save as many emails as we want into the team, and the email view will automatically be applied. So all the email metadata is automatically saved with the email. The user never has to input a single field of metadata, and it all happens as the user saves behind the scenes. So it really helps you bring order to how files are organized within teams. And if we go into the team itself and we go into the channel, we can see that the view also exists on Teams. So here's just our general view, but we can also see sometimes you have to go back into it. But the view itself exists on Teams. Let's just reopen Teams. It's always nice when something doesn't work exactly as planned while you're demoing it, but you'll see the email view right within Teams the same way that you do on Harmony. And you can organize pretty much all of your files with that view. And you can go back to your regular view if you'd like. Sometimes it just takes a second to translate the view into Teams. But really, it's a great feature. And it works for a lot of different use cases. So if you're a sales team, and we have some customers who use Teams to manage all their sales interactions, and each channel is for a specific phase in the sales cycle, and they like to store contracts and confirmations from clients when a deal is won directly in the team. So it can be a really powerful tool for helping to organize that. And similarly, if you're working as a project manager or supplier management, and you want to create a repository of important information that you want to give visibility into for all of your teammates, it's a really great way to organize that. We also have customers who are law firms, and they're using Teams as a legal DMS. So they're saving important conversations and emails right within Teams, and this will apply that metadata directly into Teams. But really, there's a wide range of use cases. Anytime you're saving an email into Teams or giving visibility into emails, this feature becomes really important tool and really helpful for that. So that's available now. You just go into the customer portal. We'll have a link in chat, and it's with Harmony 9.5. It's included for everyone. And now we'd like to move on sort of what's on the roadmap and what's next for Harmony. So we've announced before Harmony Cloud, which is our new Harmony for the new version of Outlook. And that's coming soon. It'll have a refreshed user experience. It'll work on any Outlook app, and really it'll be easy to install and provision right from the Microsoft App Store. And with that, we're building in a lot of new Teams features that we're really excited about. And some of these will come to Harmony Desktop as well. So some that we have planned so far and that we're working on that I just wanted to share with everyone. One is around files from chats and meetings. So we know that, for example, even working on this webinar, we had a few versions of the deck. Some of them were sent to me from Tally in a meeting about the webinar. Sometimes it's sent directly in a chat or a group chat. And really it becomes a mess when you're sending files through multiple channels and chats and group chats, and things really become lost. So we're creating just one single feed to see anything that you shared in a Teams chat or was shared with you. So you can quickly find, and you don't have to click in through different conversations to find the files that you're looking for. And also the ability to quickly share to Teams any item from anywhere on Harmony. So whether that's from your own OneDrive or SharePoint or from another team, or a file from a team that you had earlier on that you want to resurface. As simple as right-clicking and clicking Share to Teams, or pressing Control-T on your keyboard, you'll be able to share that anywhere on Teams. And finally, really being able to classify and share in one step. So we've talked to a lot of users who face sort of a dilemma on Teams, where on the one hand, you can either post and then the file will end up in general and it won't be organized, but you've quickly shared it, or you can organize it maybe in a subfolder that you have in a team, or maybe with metadata, but then there's not really an easy way to post it and to share it. You can copy the link from Teams, but it doesn't really happen in a smooth action. So what we're working on in Harmony is bringing this into a one-step flow, where if you save something to a team or a channel, you'll be prompted to add any metadata fields that are required, and then you can post it in one click with a message So we've essentially let you organize and post at the same time. And these are just some of the features that we're bringing soon to Harmony, but there will be many more, and we're excited to expand into Teams and continue supporting SharePoint. And if you'd like to help shape the future.
Yeah, so if I can chime in here. So like we said, it's really important for us to help you turn this wonderful collaborative app of Teams into a more organized and more compliant area in your business, in your organization. And we, of course, really need you and need your help to do that. So there's going to be, or there is a link in the chat for whichever of you that is willing to carve out a little bit of time every couple of months to talk to us. We will give you sneak peeks and previews and look into our cloud product with all the new features that have to do with Teams and more. There's a lot more coming, and you will be able to help us figure out which features we need to develop, how to prioritize them, what it is that we can help you with, and really help shape what Harmony is going to be. So please feel free to go into the chat, click the link. You have a few links in the chat already, so just so you don't get confused, we have the link for the webinar where Yakov and Corey went in depth into how you can already organize content in Teams. You have the link to our customer portal where you can download the Harmony 9.5 version that can already help you organize Teams and be more compliant with your content on Teams and make sure it's secure. And you have the link to become a design partner and help us plan the road ahead. So 3 links. You should definitely click on all of them, but don't get confused. That's what we have for you there. And now we're going to go into some of your questions. Again, we were meeting for this to be a more concise work. We know that a lot of you are in the middle of your workday there in North America, so we want this to be something that can really help you in your work. This is an event for customers only, so we're not going to go into all of the questions, but if anything is left unanswered, we will send an email out and you'll get your answers. I want to start with just the question about the recording. If there's going to be a recording of this, yes, we're recording this event. And the question is actually, will there be a recorded version of this webinar emailed to participants? So there will be a recorded version. It will be emailed to you guys, but we're trying not to call it a webinar just because it's a customer event. So if you have any ideas on what we should call these customer updates going forward, we were going back and forth in our team and with the copy and with the content managers and everybody here. We were trying to figure out what we should call these events, and we want to have so many more of these. Because we plan so many changes and we really want this, we want to deepen our relationship. So we want to have more of these. We want to give them a distinct name that is not a webinar. Webinars usually are open to everyone, and this is really customer only. So we need a name that is an exclusive name just for this club right here. So yes, to that question. Was a long answer to a short question. So Corey, I'm going to throw a softball first to you. Is there an option to create an automatic email view for SharePoint as well as Teams.
Yeah, so you can choose to have this feature apply to Teams only or to Teams and SharePoint. And it'll work the same way. You can save something to a SharePoint site and your user will be prompted to create the view and the view will automatically be created. So it works for SharePoint. We know that a lot of times you've set up your SharePoint in very specific ways. So we want to give you the option, would you like to apply this to SharePoint too? But it will work there and it'll be just as quick and easy.
Okay, so let's dive deeper. If I create the email view, will others on my team see it or only me?
Anyone with access to the team or to the site will be able to see the view. Anyone who can see the files can go right in there and see the view.
Awesome. When I save an email with attachments, what happens to the attachments?
So when you save an email with attachments, the attachments will be they'll be in the email, so you won't lose them. You can either save attachments separately as files themselves, or if you save an email that has attachments, those attachments will be stored in the email. And if you open that email file, the attachments will be there for you, and you can download them and use them.
And I think this is going to be our last one today, but this is a great question. It's about joining our design partner program. Can one join as a design partner at any time? Or do they need to do it now?
You have to do it now. No, I'm kidding. Anytime that you want to join as a design partner, we'd love to have you. If you decide later on that you're interested, anytime that link is open, you can reach out even directly to me, Corey T at harmon.ie, and we'd love to have you as a design partner and just get your input. And if you don't have time to be a full design partner, even just a customer interview, so we're definitely flexible, and we'd love to hear from you and work with you.
Yeah, so this was a wonderful session. We would love to hear more from you. So please feel free to drop us a line, ask us anything. We're here. Ask Corey, me, Ashley, our support team, and we're here to walk you through this and get more organization and compliance on Teams. Like Corey said, just because we got a lot of questions about this, we are not deserting SharePoint. Definitely everything that we are developing will work on SharePoint, automatic email views, everything. This is not to say we're not deserting anything of the work we're doing wonderfully. We know we're doing it well, and we are a great solution for SharePoint, for on-prem. All of that is staying and is going to be more robust. We're adding the Teams views, we're adding Teams features, we're adding the cloud. We're going to support the One Outlook that is coming out. So we're going to support so much more using this great and stable and wonderful platform for you. So stay tuned and send us some naming ideas for these events, because we're going to have more of those. Thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you, Corey.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.